What's up, it's you? For today's video, with a full Litleo evolution team. We've got Litleo and Pyroar, male and female. So I'll be using 2 of each of these Pokemon to make up a team of 6. Now, the abilities these Pokemon have are Rivalry, which really isn't the greatest ability. Unnerve, which really isn't all that great either, and we got Moxie. So Moxie's a good ability, but this Pokemon is more primarily a special attacker. So I spread all these abilities out, and I had some pretty fun battles here. First battle, this one is on the random Pokeportal battle. This is against Corey, and we have a Ursaluna Blood Moon lead. So this Litleo is a Endure, Endeavor, Flame Charge, Acrobatic set, max attack and max speed as the ability, and EV spread. And the item is going to be Focus, Sash, and ability, of course, is Unnerve. So Ursaluna is going to be going for an Earth Spell here. Of course it is. And I've got my Focus Sash. The best thing I could do is go for Endeavor and put that Ursaluna on 1 health. Now, it's going to be feigning me here with the Earth Power, and that's okay, because I can easily feint it. The funny thing was, my Unnerve is actually stopping it, eating that berry, but since it's off the field now, it's going to be able to have that recovery. Next Pokemon is Litleo number 2. So we got a Body Slam, Flame Charge, Crunch, and Psychic Fang set, Terra Psychic as the item. Now, who really likes Pyroar and Litleo out there? Is this your favorite Pokemon? Do you really like this Pokemon? Let me know in the comment section if there's any real lovers of this Pokemon out there. So my Litleo is going to get hit by a Blood Moon, and this one is like, I did a double sash on this team, and then they swapped. So Litleo caused a Ursaluna Blood Moon to swap only on PIMPNITE channel. People were like, you won't see this content anywhere else. So they went into their Regieleki, and I got a crit with Body Slam, and then they started stalling super hard. Like, every single turn from now on, they took 1 minute to make, nearly a full minute to make their turns, right? So Regieleki is going to take me out with a Thunderbolt. So then I had a little bit of an idea. I'm like, all right, we'll go into Pyroar here. This is a physical Pyroar set. It's a PIMPNITE special. We got Facade, Crunch, Terra Blast, Electric, and Fire Fang. Now, the item is going to be a Flame Orb, so I can go for a fully, boosted Facade and try and get a Moxie Sweep here. But it was kind of terrible for the other moves, like Fire Fang. So I didn't really want a Terra if I didn't have to there. But I thought, well, with a Regieleki, this is pure sweat, so I'm going to need to do something here. Otherwise, little Timmy is going to sweep me. So go for that Terra Electric. Here comes the obvious Thunderbolt, and I take that pretty well. Now, since it did take some pretty big damage from the Body Slam, Facade is going to be enough to take out the Regieleki, and that's going to in turn give me a free Moxie. So now they started stalling very heavily there. I cut all that out. It was almost a minute of waiting, and in comes Sandslash Alola. So I was like, all right, well, let's see what Fire Fang does. And it doesn't take it, obviously, because I'm burned. It halved my attack. Then they went for an Iron Head. That obviously, they don't have any moves that can do a lot to Pyro at all. And Iron Head was simply not enough to take it out, so I finished them off with a Fire Fang there. I thought they may go for an Ice move there, but I don't know. Maybe, I'm not sure why they didn't go for that for. Maybe they thought that would be enough to feint it. So I've got some burn damage here. Then they sent in their Ursaluna again. I'm like, all right, well, wonder what they're going to do. Then they went for a Terra. I'm like, all right, well, wonder what Terra. I hope it's not Ghost, because I went for Facade and it was Terra Fairies. I'm like, well, I went for Facade unless they were expecting me to go for Fire Fang again. I went for Facade, and with the Flame Orb there, that actually makes the Facade double base power, and Ursaluna is going to feint. So we got a little Ursaluna sweep going here at the moment. That is 3 Pokemon down. Did I say Ursaluna sweep? I mean Pyroar sweep. Man, next Pokemon is Ogerpon. I'm going to get roasted for that. Out comes the Ogerpon. It's going to get clapped there by a Facade. That's 4 Pokemon down. Remember, that was literally waiting almost a minute, stalling me hard between every single turn here. So I'm taking some door damage there. Out comes Roaring Moon, the early riser. I guess you do roar a bit if you don't want to wake up. And it's going to have a attack boost for its item, like boost energy. I went for Facade here, and I took it out at one shot. Like, this thing was juiced at the moment. Had +4 or 5 in attack. So I got another Moxie. A little bit more burn damage here, but they've got 1 more Pokemon left. And the last Pokemon on their team is going to be Inferno. I'm like, well, obviously they don't have Mach Punches. They would have used it already. And Inferno is going to get clapped, and that is a Pyroar Flame Moxie Sweep. Well, Corey, I hope you enjoyed stalling me out there for almost 20 minutes. And there we go. Let's get on to the next battle at the Salt Flow, people. Next battle, this one is against Art. But seriously, they took almost a minute in between each turn. I think they'll try and hope that I just quit and stuff like that. It's another thing I've sort of seen online that people do. Apart, they either rage quit or they start stalling. If you know, you know, right? If you battle online. So first up Pokemon here we got is a Kamala. This is also a theme team as well. So if you can guess it, please put it in the comment section of the video. This Litleo is going to get flung a Toxicor, which is a little bit of a pain there, and I'm gonna probably do as much damage to this thing as I can with Body Slam. Obviously it won't faint it, it's like a 3-hit KO, and now Kamala is gonna hit me with an Acrobatics. So it's a Fling Acrobatic set. That was pretty cool. So that took my Litleo out. Absolutely not much I could have done there, right? So into Litleo, I actually quite like I know it's a subtle change on the shiny, but I think it looks pretty good. So we're going to go for a Flame Charge on the Kamala now. Kamala's going to go for a Yawn. So what is this set? It's got Fling, Toxic Orb, Yawn, and Body Slam. I have no idea what's going on here. Anyway, we're going to do a swap there because I don't want to go to sleep. It's got Ice Spinner as well. What the heck is going on here? So Ice Spinner, well, would have, I don't know if that, maybe they suspected I had a sash on this set. I went into my Pyroar anyway. It's a special set. So we got Fire Blast, Hyper Voice, and we've also got, where is it? Let me bring this up here. Terra Blast, Ice, and Dark Pulse. And Rivalry is the ability. Rivalry is not a very good ability. I actually don't know if I've done a Rivalry ability team before. I might have. But what Rivalry does, basically the Pokemon's attacks do 1.25 damage against the same gender, and if it's the opposite one, it does 0.75. So it's quite a detrimental ability because you never know what you're going to come up against, and most of the time, it's not going to benefit you, right? So in comes a Pyroar. It's an opposing one. It's a family feud here, and we're going to go for a double Hype Voice here, and unfortunately, the Lion King basically happened. Simba's daddy's gone. So we got a Moxie Pyroar here, and I need to get rid of this thing because I don't want to get sweat, right? I don't want to get sweat using a Litleo evolution team. So we're bringing in Litleo number 2. I went for a Flame Charge here, and I took it out, which is very, very good. I wondered how I actually outsped that. I was running a max speed one, but I have no idea how I outsped that. Next Pokemon is going to be Shaman. I went for a Flame Charge again there. It did a little bit of damage, but Shaman's got some pretty good bulk to it. And now the Shaman is going to go for Grassy Terrain. I don't know what move that. I wonder what that Pyro was doing there. Maybe it was using a negative priority move. I have no idea. Anyway, we got a Grassy Seed set here. So this is going to make it very, very tanky. There's no way my Litleo is going to be able to get around this. Grassy Terrain is literally going to be able to heal up probably half the damage I'm doing. Now the Shaman's going to set up a Leech Seed. I'm like, oh man, I'm going to do no damage at all. I think that's going to do more healing. Let's have a look at this. We got the Grassy Terrain, and then we have the Leech Seed. So that's going to do a decent chunk of damage to me too. Yeah, look at that. It's almost going to do the same. So yeah, basically Shaman is healing off nearly all the damage I can do here. So I sort of want to see what other moves this has. It's got Solar Beam, Solar Beam, Grassy Terrain, and Leech Seed. This is a very interesting Shaman set here. So Litleo is going to do as much damage as possible. Look, I could swap it out here, but without its sash, it's very, very frail because it's not going to take any hit. So I went for the Acrobatics there. Acrobatics didn't do donkeys because I still had an item. So here comes a Solar Beam, and Solar Beam almost took me out there. It was very, very close. Very, very close to that. I'm going to get some, at least I'm getting some recovery here from the Grassy Terrain. At least there's something. So Shaman's going to get some more Leech Seed damage on me, and it's going to heal itself some more there. So it has taken very, very little. I went for Endeavor here, and now the Shaman is going to go for a Solar Beam here. So it's going to charge up that. Now, I don't really have any moves there I can do. What have I got? I've got Endeavor, Endure, Flame Charge, and Acrobatics. All these moves are going to do donkeys to it. So my best move here is to go for Flame Charge and hope that I can get a critical hit. So the grass is gone. I'm going for Flame Charge, and it fails to take it out. So now Shaman is going to take me out here with a disrespect Solar. A Solar Beam not in the sun. So that is the end of Litleo. So things are starting to get a little bit salty at the moment. Man, its hair is the same color as like a carrot, you know, a massive like carrot. A big orange carrot. So we're going to go into the Pyroar female here. We got a Sunny Day Solar Beam set and Overeat and Echoed Voice. White Herb is the item. And we've got the EV spread. Let me just bring this one up real quick. The EV spread is max special attack and max speed, timid nature. And the item's White Herb, I mentioned that, and the ability is going to be Unnerved. So I took out the Shaman, then the Quack Quavel came in. So I thought, well, I may as well try and get these Echoed Voices going. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can do. I know that some sort of water move is coming my way. Second Echo Voice does a lot of damage here. Here comes Aqua Step. Yeah, Pyroar is going to get dropped in one shot with a crit. That absolutely did not matter there. I was always going to faint there. Pyroar isn't what you'd really call the fastest Pokemon. So Quack Quavel got a speed boost, remember that. And then I went into Pyroar here. I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go for a Terra. I really have to. I've got to go for a little Timmy Terra here because I'm going to lose to Aqua Jet. So I'm going for a Terra Electric on my same Pyroar as before. You know, Mufasa is ready. Now, it's on that topic. I have done a Lion King team before. And then I outsped it. I'm like, how on earth did I outspeed that Quack Quavel? Like, some of these, I have no idea what some of these builds are. So that is the end of Quack Quavel there. I got a Moxie, so I'm like, oh, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm now going to get burned by the Flame Orb too. Last Pokemon is, how do I say that? Faruzan? I don't know, was that close? We got a Terra Frostmoth here. Like, okay, what's it going to go into? What Terra? It's going to be Terra Flying. It's like, oh, that's kind of bad there if I went for Terra Electric, right? But I ended up going for Facade, and with that extra base power, and, you know, it doesn't really have the greatest defenses in the world, the Frostmoth is going to be no more, and that is the end of the battle there. Hope you enjoyed that one, people. What sort of theme team was that? Can anyone guess? And, man, what EV's from, though? I have no idea. Maybe it was, like, max health and max attack Quack Quavel. Maybe to be able to take that Echo Voice, and then it didn't have any attack EVs, or it had, like, I don't know, lagging tail or something. I'm trying to think out what it would be. Next battle here, this one is against Leeton, and we have a Houndoom lead here. So Houndoom doesn't really have a lot of things to hit me with, clearly because it's going for a Sunny Day and Heatwave combination here. I'm going for a couple of body slams, and that was actually enough to take it out, because the second Heatwave did miss. Obviously, if that landed, Litleo was going to faint. So I took the Houndoom out. I'm like, this is good. But then I was like, wait a second. I got this Moxie, but there's 5 more Houndooms. It's a full team of Houndooms, right? So I can see this one's got Unnerved, but I know that Houndoom has got Flash Fire, so I have to be careful in what I do. So it's going to come in a Revenge KO my Litleo, which is fine. We're going to slip into Pyroar now. Now, have I done this there? Yeah, this is the I went for OV because I know it doesn't have Flash Fire, and it does a good amount of damage there. So my special attack is going to drop. I've got that White Herb to you know, obviously to fix that drop, so I can probably go for Overeat again. And it's going to be a physical Houndoom, and it's actually doing really, really good damage. So I went for a second Overeat there, and that is going to be up of Houndoom number 2. Now, my special attack is Shot here, so I'm not going to be able to do a lot of damage to the next Pokemon. Next Pokemon is Houndoom. Well, that's a good name for it. I'm not sure if that's based off the Diablo game. Like, Diablo 2 was always my favorite Diablo game, if you ever played it before. It was the best one, man. I think back in the day, I'm pretty sure I played that game for 3 days straight. I was very much enjoying myself. Next Pokemon is going to be Litleo number 2 here. Here comes a Dank Pulse, and I was hoping that I didn't get flinched, because I knew I'd live with the Sash, right? I'm hoping, right? I can see that it's got Life Orb, it's item 2, and I got the Flame Charge just to test what it was going to be, and it was going to be a Flash Fire set. So, the Sunlight's going to fade. I then went for Endeavor. We must have been the same speed, and then it was a double KO, because I got fainted, but the Houndoom actually took itself out there with a Life Orb damage. It was a double KO for the Litleo and the Houndoom. Next Pokemon is going to be Houndoom number 4. I'm going to go into my Pyroar, my other female Pyroar. And now I'm going to get my, I'm going to get this going right, because we got Entrainment. So I went for Entrainment. That was the other move I gave this. Actually, I don't think I explained this set. This one was a Workup, Headbutt, Flare Blitz, Entrainment set. Ability is Rivalry, item is Shuka-Berry, and Terror is Fire. So I went on this one, max attack and max speed, and I went, I went Jolly Nature, right? So it's a cool, like, fully physical one. So this is going to have Thunder Fang and Sucker Punch, and that is the end of my Pyroar. Like, with those two moves back to back, it's kind of a bad. Like, Sucker Punch is going to be able to outspeed like my entire team. So it's going to use Sucker Punch again. Obviously, it's a 3-hit KO. Now I'm going to go for the high voice. I'm going to scream at that Houndoom, and it actually lives, which is a little bit of a surprise there. So I've got my special attack boost there from the throat spray. It's going to use Sucker Punch again, obviously. I couldn't really get around that too well, so I went for a disrespect dank pulse there, and that's going to be taking out Houndoom number 4. Also, people, if you like this video, if you want to support the channel, make sure you hit that like button there. If you want to see my videos with subscriptions and all that sort of things there, make sure you do leave a like and a comment. So we got the shiny Houndoom coming in here. It's going to drop my special attack with Snarl, but that was still not enough there for it to survive the Hyper Voice. So we got one more Pokemon being Houndoom. I know this surprised you, and it's going to... Oh, another Sucker Punch Pokemon. So that's another Sucker Punch Houndoom there. I guess it has quite a limited physical movement. So my last Pokemon is going to be Pyroar. I know this surprised you. And now I'm going to be going for a Terra Electric. I tended to do this a fair bit because this is definitely the best Pokemon on my team. Now, there was a catch with this, obviously with this moveset. Once I got burned by Flame Orb, Fire Fang did donkeys, and I'd be heavily relying on going for Facade. So I would really only do that if there was no ghosts around and nothing resisted normal or... Yeah, basically, you know, that was really the only time I did that, because I like to hide its item. So we got a Terra Blast Electric here on the Houndoom. He went for a Terra Fire, and it actually did that pretty well. And it had counter. I'm like, oh, come on now. And he took out my Pyro with a freaking counter. And that is the end of the battle there, people. Let the salt flow. That is battle number 3. And Houndoom is going to do its little triumphant roll there. Look at that Mud Rays. Incredible stuff. Let's get on to battle number 4 here, people. This is a battle against Father Brian. Look how happy that Ogerpon is on the trainer card there. Now, we also have a team here. Let's see if you can guess what it is. Put in the comment section if you can recognize it. And we've got a little bread roll here. Nothing like a nice little dinner roll, you know. So we're going to get that sun up. And now we've got Fido going for a workup. So it could be a physical attacker, or it could be a special, or it could even be a mixed attacker. So I'm going to be going for a Solar Beam here. And Solar Beam is going to be activated right away because I set the sun up before. That did pretty good damage. I kind of had a feeling they had a Focus Sash anyway. Then it went for Baton Pass. I'm like, what is going on? And so it passes off onto Appleton. I'm like, what the heck? So it's got a Quick Claw Appleton, only on PIMPNITE channel. And here it comes, people. We got a Terra Appleton. Now, they must know that I've got a Fire move, and they're going to have Terra Fire, which I guess you could say the apple pie is now in the oven, right? So the apple pie is cooking. Oh, man, that smells so good. And it's going to use Leech Seed. So it's I guess it's some sort of stall, he said. I'm not really sure. So I went for the Overfeed. Obviously, I went for that before the Terra happened, and it did donkey. So I'm going to have a special attack drop there, which kind of sucks. And I'm going to use up my Whitehead. At least I know what it is now. I'm going to take some Leech Seed damage here. I don't really know what I can do to this unless I try and get the Echoed Voice going. So I'm going for Echo Voice. It's not doing a lot of damage at the start. Now the Appleton is going to go for Curse. Like, huh, okay. This must be some kind of physical, like bulky physical attacker, because it had a workup pass to it, and then it did a Curse. So it's got +2 in attack now. So I'm kind of curious what move it's going to use. So I went for the Echoed Voice here. That was number 2, and now it's going to go for Body Slam. Oh, I see. So they're trying to, I guess they're trying to paralyze me. Now the sun has faded there. The Appleton is going to get another round of Leech Seed there. I went for Echoed Voice, and that was enough to take out. Well, that should be a pretty good nickname there. You figured out what this team is. Maybe it's a little bit. It might be before your time though. So in comes Death, and it's going to cause that too because Pyro's going to pay. So that's my first Pokemon down. Next is going to be Litleo. Now this Pokemon, Scarlet, is actually a pretty nasty counter for my team when you think about it, right? Because this Pokemon is a fire type. It potentially can have Flash Fire, and it's also a ghost. So none of my fire and normal type moves are going to do anything. So I went for a double crunch there and a pack the punch because I got a crit. So that was awesome. So that is the end of Scarlet. I got some sympathy luck there. It was incredible. So I got a sympathy Moxie there. Out comes Kitty Softpaw, which is a Meowth. It's going to be clapping my cheeks there, and that is the end of Litleo. Man, I thought I could get the Litleo sweep there. I don't know if I've done actually, you know what? I've done a Litleo sweep before, And if you want me to heart one of your comments, I will leave the Litleo suite there. I hope I did this video, but I'm pretty sure that I did. Leave a comment on the Litleo suite video that I'll pin up the top of the comment section of the video. Leave me a comment there. Only the real ones will do that. They'll be still watching. So anyway, back to the battle. We got another. We got an Ursa Luna now. It's not the Blood Moon one. It's gonna go for Comet. Oh, okay. I wonder what this sort of set is. So it did steal an item, and I got a flinch with Headbutt. So I'm trying to get some flinch there. Then the Ursa Luna swapped out, and we've got the, we got the Baton Pass Pokemon coming in. So I just went for Flare Blitz here on my Pyroar, and that was enough easily, obviously, to take it out there. So there's an Ursa Luna left and one other Pokemon. I took a little bit of recall there, and now, we got a Galarmy out now. So I went for the Flare Blitz here. That is going to easily take it out in one shot. I am going to take some pretty nasty recall there, which is probably what they wanted. So that is the end of Pyroar, just due to the recall damage. So my next Pokemon I'm going to bring is going to be Litleo, and it's going to be Litleo versus Ursa Luna. Now this, I have no idea what this set is. I've only seen real Comet. So I've got the Unnerve happening there, and I'm going to go for a Terra. Now this one was Terra Fire with Flame Charge. So it would increase the power of Flame Charge, because Flame Charge is, it's not a powerful move, right? It doesn't really pack a big punch, especially when you're using a Litleo, right? So I'm going for that Flame Charge there. Quality damage there. 3 Bears Fam. 3 Bears Fam. It's something to do with bears. I'll give you that. Bears and cats. I don't know. Anyway, so it's going to have a rest. I was like, oh, is this some sort of snore set? I don't know. So I'm going for Flame Charge. It's doing absolutely nothing. I'm getting some good quality speed rises, though. So Bear's Fam is going to be sleeping here, but it didn't have sleep talk. It didn't have snore. All it did is it just went to sleep. So I'm basically, I'm doing Flame Charge to this Ursa Luna while it's sleeping. I don't know how it won't wake up. It doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going for Flame Charge. We've got it down to half health, which is, very, very good. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to make use of Endeavor. So it's finally unleashed an attacking move, being Payback. It didn't even put me on 1 health, which surprised me a little bit. And then it used Rest again. So like, wait a second. So it's gone to sleep again. I can use Endeavor. Endeavor will match the same amount of health as I got, and then I can finish it off with the Flame Charge. That was the idea. So I got the Endeavor off there. It's still sleeping, and then I finish off with Flame Charge. I have no clue in this wide world what that Ursa Luna set was. I want to know what that set was even meant to do. Anyway, people, that's it for the Litleo team. I hope you thought it was lit. Peace out, people.